A new version of the plugin Duplicator for WordPress has been released. We are now at 0.5.0 mark. And what's new with this version is that totally new reworked backend. It looks very different from what we're used to from earlier. And what's new with this version as well is that you can back up your multi-site in an easy way. So basically, if you install this on your multi-site, you can go to any sub-site and it will back up your full multi-site. So it has basic multi-site backup capability or features. So one uses a duplicator to backup or clone the site to move it from one location to another. So I'm going to start by just logging in. I've already done that to my easy web design tutorials. Add new and duplicator. So I'm going to install the plugin Duplicator here. Activate plugin. And it will show here in the sidebar area. I'll go straight to packages. And what I'll see right here is that it gives a warning that older packages will not show up here on the screen, but they are still available in your VP snapshots folder. And to find out more information about that, you can go to the support page. So what I want to do, I want to create a new package. And here you can see the setup for that. As you see, it looks different from earlier. I can click the down arrows to see what's going on. Everything passed here, that's good. And archive, it says format zip, and at a later time or later version, you'll be able to download in different other file formats. In the installer area here, this is basic for pre-filling information for when you want to install it in another location. As it says on the bottom, the installer can have these fields pre-filled at or install time. And you can fill it now or do so at a later time when you install it. So I'm going to do this later then. And one can skip the scan and go straight to step 2. I like to scan it just to see everything is okay. The colors you see here, red and black, is profile color I selected under my profile section. So that was a quick scan. It shows what's okay and what's not. It basically gives a warning on when it's a huge site. This is 250 megabyte site. It has some large files, so it just kind of warns me about that. This I already know. Cache data. It has something to do with okay, empty cache directory. I'll just leave it as it is. Doesn't really matter. I'll click the build. If for whatever reason you're clicking build and it's not working, that means there's some errors in here you need to fix before clicking build. But these are just minor things, so clicking build should work fine. So it's building the site or the package. So that means it's backing up the theme, plugins, media, posts and pages, and whatever else that is part of this WordPress site into one zip file. So, and soon I'll be able to download that to my desktop along with an installer file. And both of these I'll just install in another location, either offline locally where I can work on the site and upload it again to the same area if I choose to do so, or I can just move it to another location, another domain then. So I can click installer here to download installer, and then the archive to download the archive. All packages, I can click that right here or click it up here, and I'll see the package, all packages area. So this is then being downloaded to my downloads folder, or as it says in Norwegian, nedlasting it. So I'm going to drag that out and just put it right there. And in a few moments, in a minute, the package will be downloaded as well. Right now it says installer 1 because I already had installer PHP in the downloads folder. So I'm going to remove this and be sure to call it installer.php. I need a FTP program to upload it to another domain. And I have downloaded FileZilla, which works for the Mac, PC, and Linux system. So I'm going to put this to fragments of a walk.com domain, username, and then the password. I can do a quick connect to this domain. So basically I am downloading, I backed up this whole easy web design tutorials, backed it up, I'm downloading it to my desktop. I can just keep it in a folder if I want to as a backup, but I want to upload it to another domain then. So I am going to start here with my remote server, which is in public HTML here. Go to the correct domain, which is fragments of a walk. And there is a folder there already, it doesn't matter. If I had a WordPress site here, I can just overwrite it with the new package and installer file. I would just put it right in here. So I'm going to start by going to my desktop to find the installer file right here, and drag and drop it in. And then I need this package file, which is in my downloads, and I have right here. So I can drag and drop that right in here as well. So right now I am uploading the 250 megabyte, or as it says here, 236 megabyte zip folder to another domain. And I'll just leave this in the background. I'll drag it to the side. It will be uploaded in a few minutes then. I need a database for my new WordPress site. So I've logged into my Bluehost, the cPanel. Scrolling down to the section on databases, which is MySQL databases here. I need to make a new database for this WordPress installation. So I'm going to call this frag for fragments of the walk. And I'm going to note the name of it, which is bluewin1_frag, because this is my prefix for my account. So we have it in here. It says bluewin1_frag. There's size 0. There's nothing in the database, and there's no user right here attached to it. So I need to attach a user or create a new user. I'm just going to create a new and call it user. Create a password. And I'm going to be sure to write this down so I remember this. Okay, and create user. And here's the password for it. I created the database, I've created a user, and now I need to attach the user, which is user, to the database frag and edit. And be sure to click all privileges and then make changes and go back. Okay, so we have frag and we have attached the user to the database frag. Okay, so now I can check in with FileZilla how that is doing. I can see it's almost finished here. So I can start by just going to the website. fragments of walk, and then /installer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new install. If I was going to do it on top of another install or a WordPress installation, I would just click remove all tables. And I would also have to remove the vp-config file. But since I'm creating a new installation, I'll just do create new. Hopefully, or most of the times, localhost will work. If not, then just try your domain name instead. So user, I had then the prefix Bloomin1 user, and password was 443322, and a name, database name is then Bloomin1 frag. So we have the user, password, and the name of the database. So I'll test connection, see if I got it correctly, and I did so. If you get an error here, then just check and change this to your domain name, see if that works. On bottom, we need to click I have read all warnings and notices, and then run deployment. Okay. And that just takes a few moments. So it's basically just deploying the site. As you see, we have the installer here and the package. I can do a refresh here, and suddenly we'll see a lot of WordPress files directly in here. Okay, so it shows all settings. It's from Easy Web Design Tutorials then. And the path to that on my Bluehost site. And then the new, and then the path, and I title, I can choose to change this if I want to. New admin account, I can put in new information here, or I'll just leave it blank, and I'll keep the existing admin user. And if you have some problems with plugins or whatever not working, you can just turn things off here, but I'm not going to get more into that. So run update. And this will just take a few moments. Okay, it's finished. So let's take a look here as well what happened with this zip file. Okay, we're going back into fragments of a walk, and there it is. This should refresh. Okay, so we have the website here then, and also the package. We're going to remove that in a moment, but this is then the WordPress site unpacked from this zip file right here. So I can read the install report. I can resave permalinks, which will go to the backend. Test the entire site. We'll see the front and the end of the site. File cleanup, and we'll do that in a moment. I can go straight to resave permalinks. So I have the custom structure. I'm just going to save it. And up on the top here, it says reserve duplicate install files still exist in the root directory. And these might cause a possible security issue. So I'm going to delete them. So all of them are deleted. This I'm not sure what is, but I'm skipping this for now. This looks fine. Installer is removed. And these 3 files are then removed. So I'm going to do a quick look of the site, see what it looks like. So right now I've taken the Easy Web Design tutorials from the site I have originally, cloned it, downloaded it, uploaded it to fragments of a walk. So this site should be totally identical to the one at Easy Web Design Tutorials.